Hello, welcome everyone, and I know you are waiting for the today's authors and the interview. And today I have a very good author, elevated soul, powerful personality. The more I talk about him, the more I know him, the more I have talk about him, and the more I like him. So he's a good friend and an author. His name is Dr. Anil Sureen. Dr. Anil Sureen is an healthcare entrepreneur. Yes, not the professional. So he's a doctor by profession. He's a family physician, MBBS, MD medicine, but powerful leader and CEO, managing director. He's running his own multiple companies. He has 30 years of experience, and he's also coaching a lot of healthcare professionals, clinics, hospitals to grow their business. He's been awarded MENA Awards to 2019. So to 2019, he got a MENA Award. MENA is Middle East and North Africa Award. He got that award. He also got the Dada Saab Phalke Lifestyle Icon Award, Film International on 2022. So he's very powerful person. As I said, Bollywood also loves him a lot. Dr. Anil lives in Dubai. He works with corporate companies providing services mainly on personal development, mentoring, and he's very good at CEO and leadership coaching. He, he also teaches on work-life balance, time management, leadership coaching, successful succession planning, risk management. He conducts seminar in India and UAE in NLP. I hope you all know NLP. So NLP is neuro linguistic programming. He is a master practitioner of NLP. He teaches this NLP to a lot of students. He is also an ICF coach as well as he is ICF credentialed. So he approves a lot of certifications and courses for ICF. As I said, he's a powerful personality. Let's listen more about him with his own mind, with his own mouth. We will be speaking today on his book, The Visionary Leader, Creating a Future for Your Organization. A very powerful name, no? Visionary leader. So leaders should have vision. So welcome to the interview, Dr. Anil Sureen, and thank you very much for joining us. I would like to start the first question on the name of the book. I really love the name, The Visionary Leader. So can you touch upon, when you were writing a book, thinking about the name? So how this name came to you, and what is the secret behind this name? What message do you want to give through this name?
First of all, thank you to invite me on this forum, Dr. Kailash, and very wonderful journey with you up to now. And I hope it continues in the future as well. And all those things that you have mentioned, by the grace of God, I have been able to achieve it. Uh, Definitely, my family has been very much supportive to me in achieving all these accolades that I have done as a doctor, apart from being there. It's a journey that we all live. And I always feel that every year, you should be doing something new. And that belief in me that, okay, every year we should be doing something new and new and new has led me to achieve all these things. I was never after all these things, but now when I look back and when you are reading all these things, I realize that, yeah, a lot of certifications I have done, which I never thought I would be doing these things. But yes, it was just for the learning about different aspects of uh, things that people go through and people have written books about it. So, what are these things that was the curiosity? And as per your question, the visionary leader, as you know, that I am in Dubai, and I'm very, very inspired by our leader, Sheikh Mohammed Sir, who is the president of the country, vice president of the country, I will say. And Dubai, the vision that has been so visible, not only to me, but to everybody who comes to Dubai and I've been staying here for around 25 plus years now. I realized how much it is important for any leader to have a vision. And that was the actually source of writing this visionary leadership. Basically, because leadership is there, leaders are there. And you may also know that there are a lot of leaders around these days that are popping up. But the impact you can get from any leader is the one who definitely has a vision, has a target, has a goal, and has a means to achieve it. And there are some checks and balances that they are aware of it, so that they are disciplined in doing and going forward in that path to achieve that. That's why the name is there. And
Awesome.
If you see the tagline which I have mentioned over there, is freedom begins with the vision. So in our past, we both are from India, you know that, and our history also says that our leaders had a vision of being independent, and they also had a vision of a free country that we are being, and now it's so powerful in the world that nobody can ignore us. From the slavery to the present that we are, it is the vision of some people that we are enjoying it. So I always believe that the visionary leader is some point that if somebody looks at my book, they will say, oh, yes, this a vision has to be in fact, it's a very important part of every leadership. That's why I wrote that.
Let me add here because we've been having a lot of discussions when he was writing a book. I remember when we were thinking on that name, he said very profound statement. He said, if you can see it, you can achieve it. And how clearly you see it will make you achieve faster. So he said, everything happens here first in the eyes and mind first. And that's where he talks a lot about visionary leaders. I would like to add one more thing about Dr. Anil Sureen. As you know, he is a wonderful personality. You meet him every time you learn something new. So, as he said, he has a hunger to do new things and better things to help others every year. This year, he's also doing something new, which I missed introducing him. He's also very, very active in BNI. BNI is Business Network International. It's a global platform. He's very, very active in UAE, entire UAE. He's a regional director. He helps a lot of entrepreneurs launch their business, grow their business in entire UAE. That's another thing which I missed. So, Dr. Nasim, that's a new thing. You are a regional director now, and you're helping a lot of entrepreneurs. Now, on the journey of helping people, I would like to say you've been helping a lot of people. I know you've been coaching a lot of people, leaders. But where this idea of writing book comes into the mind, where when did you thought that I should be writing book about it?
Well, to be very frank, there's something I was reading about immortality. One of I'm telling you about 2010 or 11 that time. I was reading something about this spirituality and the immortality part of it. And then I said, okay, how can one remain in the memories of anybody? So then I usually go a lot to the libraries and I look at the old books or the ideas that people have because I believe that most of the best ideas are there, left alone. People have been using them. And it's there. So I keep searching that. And one day I always believe that the book actually talks to you. If you start reading that, it starts talking back to you. So the author starts talking. And that was the idea that I said, okay, if I'm not here, and I'm in the shelf of your home, right? Even if I'm not with you, I'm there with you. You just take out my book and start reading. I'll be conversing with you about the other. So that immortality part to be it somewhere, and especially I was talking about immortality not in the sense of the global thing. I was only talking about thinking about my kids. That okay, long after I'm gone, if I want to be there in the shelf to my grandchildren, their grandchildren, so they
Wow.
say, okay, listen, this is the guy, he's the great grandfather that you have. So they can at least benefit from my experience, although they may
Yes.
not see me. But I will be there in their shelf somewhere around or in their memory somewhere around long after I'm that thought actually started there. And then I said, okay, how should I benefit? What is the book that I can write? What is that advice that we always try to give to our kids, our great grandchildren that, okay, do this and don't do this. And this is the way that you should be. So all my experience I will share with them. Maybe that will be obsolete in the coming later on years about AI and other those words. But at least it will give you some guidelines for self-improvement, for self-development. So that was a concept that I said, okay, I will write a book one day. It
Wow.
was there. And then our pandemic happened. And when the pandemic happened, something I saw was I lost, because many of you must have also gone through, I lost one of my friends, who was a great business. But what I found at that moment was they had no backup plan.
Mm.
They were not prepared for them. So even the kids who were, let's say, 25, 30, they were not knowing what business, how they should handle the business. Of the parents who have gone, how they should take up from there. That actually started brewing inside. And then I met you, actually, Dr. Kailash, when I met you. It was just like, okay, there's somebody who knows how to, script it in a way, in a sequence way, which is all brewing inside me. And that led to this point that yes, what we should be writing is about how can we help people have a vision of their own organization that if suddenly something happens, let's say, I mean, it's too early maybe to talk about next pandemic, but if we don't learn from the past and we don't prepare our companies or our family for the next any episode, cannot should not be any pandemic itself, but anything that comes into solely in your business, but you are aware of it, you're prepared of it, or the sudden demise of the owner or the
Mm.
person who's leading it. So you're prepared about it. So that led to this writing of this book that, okay, let's have an exit plan. Let's have a succession plan. Let's train our own staff if I don't have my kids running the business. But at least I have good workers who are interested, whom I trust. So let's say if I'm going to India or you're coming from India to Dubai, you give your business to some selected. That person is the key, is the leader that can take your business and you will still enjoy your business even if you're not there or you're retired. But giving him the major share and creating one leader in it. So you're giving him a chance or her a chance. And at least you know that your company is in safe hands and you still enjoy the fruit of it. So this was the idea that came up, and then after you came up, you actually took out in a sequence one by one. And here now,
Also,
in reality, if you can touch it, but it was there in mind.
so profound learning I had in this answer he gave is one is he was looking for something to be always there on earth. Very powerfully, he said he's a doctor. He he treats patients, and we all know he also seen more than us as that we all are going to die. But what are you going to leave behind where it's part of you? So that's the book. And second thing is we said very powerfully that what is your exit plan for your business? And because again, life is, we know that we're all going to die, or even if you don't die, do you always want to work on your business? You need people to run your business. If you look at Tata's, Jamshedji Tata started, Tata is still going on because they had a wonderful succession planning. And Dr. Anil Sureen is a powerful personality because he has done it himself. He created a business, took it to one of the best businesses in UAE. He exited from his own business. So he's seen the cycle. So he's not the teacher or a coach who just preaches. He has done it himself and he's gone through the entire cycle. That's why he's teaching it. That's what I will always say he's a very powerful personality. And he's not only saying, he's also following the same path. Now, Dr. I want to ask you another question. If you want to give three important learnings to the readers, what three most important things they would learn? I know every paragraph is a diamond in the book, but to take it out, three important essence of the book, what people would learn about their life, what the business in this book. Three important things.
So if you ask me the three things, first I will say know why you are in the business. Is it about making money? It's about creating an impact. It's about becoming a legend. It's about leading the industry. Whatever it is. Know why you are in the business. If it is only for going there and having something to do, and you don't have any plans how to get the money out of it, you are actually endangering the staff that trust. So you must be very sure that okay, if I'm going into this is what I have to become, and then divide all those things in stages so that you have checks and balances in place. We have written something in the book called balance scorecard. I think it sounds Dr. Rainas or something, but it's a very powerful thing. How you can do a certain sort of KPIs for your own business
Mm.
to see whether it is running on the right track or not. So you should have a self-assessment. See, when you become an owner, it's very rare that somebody will come and tell you you're not on the right track or you're on the right track. And there will be an audit on you unless and until you are only looking at your balance sheet of money. But maybe you're losing a lot of good experienced staff, which is worth millions.
Mm.
It's all about teamwork. Let's say you've got four people in different stages, but had they been together, your team would be much more powerful as compared to individual one person, but you lost three behind. So if you're able to keep that, it's great. So this is one thing that you should know. What's your purpose to be in the business? Second, the checks and balances.
Mm.
How to do audit for yourself. You don't need to call another person from the audit part and say, okay, tell me what's going on. You can do it yourself there. Third, try to create leaders. It's like a post-retirement plan. You don't have to depend on LIC and mutual funds and bank things or your property only. Your business that you have developed and built, that is going to help you and give you, let's say, 40% of the income which is going, not the 100% when you are the owner, but at least 40% is coming as a post-retirement plan which is already coming to you. Second,
Hmm.
if your kids don't want to run that business, this 40% is going to them as an additional plan, apart from whatever business they are doing. So see, you have created some succession there, not only for the people who are working in the company, you have given them being a leader now that they are running your company. There's a way that you have progressed and transformed yourself to doing something charitable work or doing anything. But at the same time, this is giving you revenue and you are ensuring that your kids later on will
Hmm.
be getting the same business just by being a part of the shareholder out there. So you did something. Don't let that go waste. Create it so that it starts having an effect to generations to not only for your own kids, but for many people or staffs who were there. So you created a generation line for your staff also. And when they are about to retire, let's say my suggestion is can be just give them 1% share, 0.5% share, you know. So their pension scheme or their health insurance part or anything, it's covered. The chronic diseases are covered through your company of that part which is going year by year. You don't know who is going to be needing when. So this sort of vision or this sort of planning you should be having. So to sum up, if I will say, okay, fine, know the purpose, know your checks and balances, the auditing one, and know what is your exiting plan. When would you exit and what's the succession? These three things I would suggest for
Awesome.
any leader to
Awesome.
take a look.
Well, it's very powerful what he said. All 3 points are very important. But when you read the book, you will be amazed. Every chapter, every page, every paragraph will take you to next dimension of your life, to take your company to next dimension. I want you to go to Amazon.com, Amazon.in, or Amazon.oi, whatever country you are in. Just type his name, Dr. Anil Sureen, and you'll see his book. Please buy this book, read this book, and give him the feedback. I'm going to also request him to give us the way to connect with him. Let me share my favorite part of his book. Uh, when I read this book, what made me move was not only is giving principles in the book which would take your organization to the next level, but he's also given questions. I'm saying even if you don't read, you just take the questions out of the book. There's a workbook style book, so there are question answers. So you can take a question, write an answer to the question. That alone, that exercise alone will take you to the next level. So it's a very powerful book. Go read it. Uh, Understand the concept as well as give question, read the question, give the answers, and take it to the next level. Now, little question towards from little bit from NLP point of view. Though you have this knowledge from many years because you've been living the life as a visionary leader, you're also coaching a lot of people on that. My question is how people started perceiving you after they knew that you've written and published a book when you could have shared this book with your friends or colleagues or some strangers. Do you want to recall certain moments where suddenly looking at the book, their reaction changed? Do you want to share on that?
So, see, when I was growing up, we are all in schools and all those things. People used to ask, okay, what will you become? So when you say, okay, doctor, so whenever I used to see, I was very small at that time, I didn't know what this means, but I used to see the reaction in other people's face. Oh, doctor, they say engineer, oh, IS officer or a judge. These were the things that we used to think about, right, at that time. And I used to see the reaction when people say, oh, you're a doctor. So that reaction gave me, oh, this must be something very good. That's why people are reacting in this way. Hardly I knew how much it takes to go inside and study and then, create that impression to really get that respect out of being a doctor. So it actually makes the gold shine after a lot of heat that you go through all these years. And that now I realize, okay, that's really a respectable thing. That's really something that you should earn, not just by the degree, but by the services that you bring to the people and you care
Mm.
for them. And just not, I will tell you that I was just a physician when I came to Dubai, but I was transformed as a family physician. When I say this, it might look some simple words only. But imagine this that if somebody is going out for business, they just call me and say, Doc, I'm going out, just take care of the family. They are all here. I trust you. If there is anything, just I'll call. That respect to her, that trust to her is what actually the mark that I was looking from the people, which I understood much later. But your question is about what happened, what changes happened. The same thing is about the word author. People may take you because now you're in this field that okay, everybody is writing some book or the other. There is a ghost writing or there is somebody else is writing for you, whatever it is. I just want my readers to understand, or the people who are going to become authors understand. Don't get derailed by this. When you say author, you yourself are self-analyzing yourself. It means you have the authority on that subject. The word author comes literally short from being the word authority over the top. There may be many leaders. For example, I have written the book of Visionary Leaders. There are many leaders who are already in place now that I'm interacting with, and they are far more better into it. But when you give the book to them, and you say, okay, I have written a book to them, the people who really understand what leadership is, or whichever topic that you are writing the book, you will find a respect in their eyes much more as I used to find the word in doctor. So it's
Wow.
the similarity that I'm making it now from my journey. That when people heard that, okay, I've written a book, their perception about me went into a different level altogether. Even my classmates, when, the ones who I was studying now, so we all have a WhatsApp group now for the college and schools now. So, when your classmates in school, they see you, they just take you as the same old guy because in their mind you're the same old Dr. Kailash or, Dr. Anil. It is the same thing. But even in their face or in their demand, when they found out that, okay, I have written this book, it shifted certainly. It gives them a mark of respect. Okay, this guy is really doing something like that. I mean, he's into different level altogether or something like that. It gives you that respect as well as it gives you responsibility of talking about this subject now. That you will be called somewhere or the other, you will be called to speak about. So for everybody who is listening, author, by becoming an author or just writing a name in front of you, an author, makes you much more responsible, at least for that subject or topic that you have mentioned, that you know about it, that you have written about. Maybe the purpose of you writing that book can be something else, can be just to have a name or a fame or because somebody did it or you found it. But mark my words, you will be called to speak somewhere. And if you do not have that authority, it will be very difficult for you to justify what you have mentioned. So it's a responsibility. And somebody might come to you for real, real reason to take a guidance from. You cannot be unfair to that person by knowing half of it or 75%. You have to be 200% sure about what you have mentioned. So that's the power of being an author. That's the responsibility of being an author. And that is what I see a change in my perception of different people that I meet.
Wow. So all the listeners you're listening, you know how powerful is being author, and he's experiencing every day, and he's experiencing multiple time because he was a doctor first, then now he's author, and he's saying it's somewhat equivalent in terms of eyes of people, the respect you get. So if you're thinking of writing a book, please don't hesitate. Start,
Yes.
finish it, publish it, and start enjoying your journey being an author. Now, Dr. Anil Sureen is a senior author now. He wrote, he's published, everything has happened. Now, Dr. Sureen, I wanted to give one important advice for someone who's writing or want to write a book. One important advice so he can start his journey of writing, or if he's on the journey of writing, he can finish it quicker. One advice to someone who's writing book right now.
So to answer your question, incidentally, what have I'm into Forbes Coaches Council. I'm a Forbes Coaches
Yeah.
member. So there we get a lot of questions to answer for the Forbes article that is to be supposed to be given by me. This was one of the questions. What you will suggest to the people who are writing the books where they should be focusing? And they gave 4, 5 choices like you should have a lot of money, you should be in the editing part of it, you should write your book yourself, or you should be ghostwriter, or all those things points. So they asked, please write in 400 words what we should advise. My advice to them and to you here also, those who are listening, is choose your publisher very nicely. And once you have chosen, understand one thing that they know far more better than you. It's their job. They know different type of authors, they deal with different type of people. You cannot argue with them based on the amount of people they are receiving every day and talking to them and understanding the person. It's a different world altogether. So you coming individually as a new one, of course, you have your own vision, you have your own. But the best advice that you can get is from these guys. So mark your publisher and then your mentor. This is the key, guys. And then live it. You say whatever you want to. You tell what is it that you want. And then just forget about that. Trust is the key. Do not mistrust at any step. Once you have said yes, chosen the publisher and your mentor to whatever you want to do, just give them in your hand and enjoy the process.
Wow.
You don't have to do anything after that. The more you start questioning, the more you will be troubled. This is a very simple thing. They know better than. So when patients come to me, with this Google knowledge and all those things, this is the same thing I go through. I have really faced difficulty in those patients who come to me with this Google knowledge and they start telling me that, guys, just trust me, you'll be fine. Enjoy the process. Fine, it's simple. Like. So I always advise them, the same thing I'm telling you over here. Trust your publisher, trust your mentor. They will take you, whoever it is.
Wow. It's very powerful. So you may take time to decide, but once you decide, fly, follow them blindly because they are experts. So very powerfully said. And he treats patient. He also goes through the same situation, but he did wonderfully well when he selected his publisher and the book coach, and he followed him well. And I really respect him for that because coming up with the kind of intellectual and knowledge, you still surrender yourself one specific topic to someone requires a lot of
Yes,
courage, bravery,
exactly.
to lower down your egos. But we understand that you both are working in one direction. We both are one team, so it's life
Yeah,
becomes easier.
very
So
true.
Dr. Anil, I want you to talk about the company you selected for publishing, because I feel selection of right publisher is very important. And how did you select, and what was the company, and what was your journey with them as a publisher?
So, as you know, when I met Dr. Kailash itself, the first thing that impacted me was his personality. The way he comes out and the way he explains it makes it so easy that it can be done. And you choose the date, you choose whatever timeline that you want to do. We will sit one day, and then he takes out one by one whatever is your mark. The best quality that I found in Dr. Kailash is basically that he knows how to, how should I say, strategize things in a way that the books from the page one to the page last page, it starts showing you the journey that was already there in the mind, and it came out so smooth. The different chapters that we planned out. I actually got the wings. The name as suggests that I was just flying and enjoying each chapter and each some of the things, in spite of being so busy with my thing. Second, the discipline and the time that I have to go through. So initially we said, okay, we will meet every week one time, and then I have to say, shit, I have to finish this one now. I have to do this one now. So that was something that even at this stage of my life, when I'm very busy, I had to take, which was not so easy when I was thinking of writing myself. Took me 3 years, guys, when I was writing these things. It's almost 3 years that I was thinking of writing, and I have some written sometimes chapters here and there. But it was not getting streamlined into such point till I met Dr. Kailash. That was one of the best things that I learned from you, that you need to take some time each week or each day that you must complete a baby steps actually. But now that I see behind, I look behind and the way it has come out, it makes me so proud that I was associated with you, and it was the best choice that I think I did. And then uh, Dr. Deepak is there with the publisher. I mean, you guys are great. Then Abbas is there. He is another genius that he can make things do it so easily and to the point to the day, so that you don't have to delay. You name it and it's done. You don't have to wait for it. You don't go after it. That's the key here, actually, which I found out in you guys, that in your team, that the timing is always good. They always say this, the timing is the only thing when it comes to the punchline of a joke, and when it comes to the high network client. This I always tell to the people who are into sales. And in your case, the timing is the key. The way you do things comes out exactly at that time. And really, it's a stress.
Thank you, Dr. Anil Sureen. for trusting Wings Publication, trusting me, and it was wonderful journey together because uh, every interaction we we go deeper, and
Yes,
when you go deeper with someone, the relationships are very different, and when you go deeper, you know that you found diamonds.
yes,
The diamonds are always diamonds or precious pearls are always found in the
yes.
deep sea. So that's what we do together. So moving to the last question from my side, Dr. Hussain, I know you are a personality who have a philosophy of giving gratitude for everything in your life. But on records, I want to ask you, who do you want to give gratitude about this book as well as about your life, important people in your life, who've been pillars of your success for everything what you do. And on record, I wanted to give gratitude to important people of your life and uh,
So thank you
share
for this
everything.
question, actually, Dr. Kailash. I have been very impressed, as I mentioned in my book, with my grandfather. He was much educated, could have chosen to go to UK with the British or the missionaries who asked him to go there, to follow them. He was a teacher. My grandmother was a teacher, but then they chose not to go. They chose to go back to the deepest part of the villages, India and Madhya Pradesh. They opened a school there. And I'm telling it on record that the first IS officer was from their school, which
Wow.
they had opened inside. The irrigation minister, Mr. Pawan Singh Porte, Karu Singh Porte, these two brothers were from that particular school that they had started. And they taught so many people. And his vision was to establish education because he believed that with education only our country can grow. That was something that I always, when I used to visit him, it was much deeper part of India, so we had to go by bus and then we had to go by cattle car. And I enjoyed that process in the jungle when I used to go there. And I used to wonder why he made it. Later on, when I grew big, I realized what his vision. And he's not there now, but the thing is that he installed in me that visionary. And then it was carried on by my dad because I saw my dad and mom also going through a different phase in their life when India was being built. And they were one of the pillars of building the modern India that we are in. So they were having their own struggle. It was, I'm talking from 1947 onwards till what India is now. And many generations have gone by to build what we are. So my grandmother and grandfather, my mom and dad, and then I always believe that your partner in life, which is the most important. She is that pillar which was always there to support. I mean, without saying anything, he would just look at me. He said, "Do it. I'm there." That I wanted to do the ICF. He said, "Okay, go ahead." The NLP, go ahead and do it. Then I want to go to seminars and do outside. He said, "Go ahead and do it." And then this book came. He was supporting me like anything. He said, "This was your vision. You must do it." So that's a key thing. Then, of course, my kids are there. They were always looking at 5 o'clock. We are not getting up. Why? My dad is getting up and studying. It was actually for them. I wanted to show that there's no limit to learning. No age to learning. You must, you can do anything if you must want to do it. So these were the people who came in my life, and of course, there were my students who were very supportive, who were always supporting me, especially post Corona when my health was bad after going through this Corona myself. But all these students, they were continuously calling me and asking me and saying, "Sir, you can do it, and we will start again, and we can do this again." And with all this inspiration, and finally, Dr. Kailash, when you came, you were the one who actually took out all those things which was hidden inside and brought this thing to reality. So now people are talking about me, people are talking about this. But you made it vision to them that, okay, this is what was in its mind. This is what it is, and this is what it is deep down. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Dr. Kailash, for this. Thanks, Wings Publication. Thanks, Dr. Deepak, and definitely Abbas. You guys are great.
So before
And we
we
have many more to come now. It's not the end of it.
And before we close, I want to, I really love the people will listening to us by this time. They're enjoying our discussion. I want you to give some good gift to all of them who have joined in today. They're excited to buy your book. They want to read your book. They want to connect with you. So I would really request for our readers, can you do something special on the
Yeah, I
book
have
side?
already thought about it. Actually, I thought that for few months, and you can guide me on this, the number of months or years. I was thinking of giving a 50% discount and asking us to send a code or something that if these viewers who want to buy, they can put a code on that and they can get some discount on this. If it is possible, I am okay to give that. And let's do it. I mean, we will give to our readers that discount with some coupons or discount coupons. Awas kind of thing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, readers, it's a big opportunity. The Visionary Leader book, which is such a successful book to selling across world, is available to all of you because you are part of this show right now at 50% discount. You can go to the description box. You will find a coupon code. Take this coupon code, go to Amazon, search the book, put this coupon code, and the book would be 50% off. And you can go and buy it. Share with your friends too, because we want to create a lot of visionary leaders. And Dr. Anil Sureen, in case someone want to come to you, work with you, want to take your advice, or they want to take your coaching as a leaders, how should they reach you? So let's say someone want to get connected to you to go deeper in their own life to get more success. How do they get connected to you?
It's very simple, guys. Just go to my website, which is my name, dranilsureen.com. And all my credentials are there, all my contacts are there. Contact through the email or even WhatsApp me. I'm very easy to get. Just or
So
call me. I
So
will come back.
go to description box. There's a website written dranilsureen.com. You have all the coordinates, all the channels available to reach. But Dr. Anil, would you like to share your email ID so they can write to you directly? What
Yes,
email ID they can reach you?
they can reach me at Dr. Anil NLP Coaching at gmail.com.
So this is also in description box. Dr. Anil NLP Coaching at gmail.com. Go write him an email. He will reply to you. Any support you need to grow your business, to take it to next level, find successor, groom your CEO. He'll be available to help you, support you because he's doing this to a lot of companies. I would like to thank all of you to join this show, listen to us, and because of your appreciation, good comments, you like our authors. I keep doing this show. Thank you very much for joining this today. And most important, and Dr. Nisud is very very busy. There's a big show happening on in few days, and he's entire day busy. But I'm very happy he could take time out from his busy schedule, spend
Thank
time with us, gave us a lot of good information, good knowledge, and we learned a lot. I learned a lot. I hope you also learned a lot. Thank you, Dr. Anil, for joining
you.
us on the show.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, and see you soon again. All the listeners, see you soon again. Bye bye.
Thank you.